Okay, so getting back to what we were saying before. Parental control. Like I said, I'm having that kind of personal problem right now. Well, not anymore really. I'm saying goodbye to that kind of thing because I haven't really got parents per se. I've got grandparents whose views are outdated and are very controlling. Like, I swear to God, I was hated for wanting to move out because I was sick of the fighting, sick of the control, not liking what I did, which, by the way, at this point was working, and having a car and wanting to drive and wanting to get away from the toxicity that was my house back then. And as much as they, like my grandparents, were better than what I would have had, which would be my father, well, sperm donor. I don't really care if people don't like that kind of term. If I wanted to get into that at some stage, I will, but he wasn't a good man, and me and my sister both ended up in the foster system, which ended up being kingship care with our grandparents, which totally appreciate that kind of thing. Loved them for that. Loved that as young kids we got taken care of, and food and clothes on our back, all that kind of stuff. But that does not excuse mental abuse, if you know what I mean. Like being told that your depression isn't worth looking at because you should just get over it, or being bullied at school is too much for them to hear about when you're dealing with it. Like, that was a big thing. And that means in your head, when you finally get better at realizing where you're going wrong, you understand that the people that are meant to be taking care of you, they're meant to be the parents, have their own problems but won't get it sorted. And then the control they have over you because you love them, it's stupid. And right now, at this stage of my life, I've pretty much said goodbye, and that, like, I haven't had a great relationship with my granddad in a long time, but I could still talk to him and let him know that, sorry, but that's not the way I feel. A while ago, I actually had a big argument with him because it wasn't as much control as it was, he didn't care. He said right to my face that I like you, I don't love you. And that hurt me because when I was in a mental ward, I needed all the support I could get because I was finding out something that I should have known from a young age and yet didn't. But yeah, that relationship has always been shaky. He's always been shaky with any relationship he's had. But then with my grandmother, only recently I've started to, or I just did really, say goodbye because she holds grudges, controlling grudges, and it's not fair. It's going through my teenage years, I made mistakes. No teenager won't. Like, it's literally the thing you're meant to do to learn and to understand and to then teach your own kids at some point, or even friends or anybody else, that it's okay. And that, though it's probably annoying if you keep going back to those things, or that if you don't, one of those people that don't learn and just keep doing the things that aren't going to help you, it is annoying, obviously. But I have changed and I have gotten better. I do know what I need to do to be sane, even if I don't have medication, even if I'm in a high stress situation. It's not like as though I didn't learn, but she didn't see that, never. But she wasn't living in my house, Only recently I asked for some financial help. Yeah, people don't like that. I get it. But no offense, my views on family is if you're going to help someone, then it gets paid forward. Later on, you do what you can to help them. And hey, I have plans to do things like that with me and my partner. We're planning to sell a house that I own, to, pay some debts off, to do things the way we want to do it, to start fresh, go somewhere where we don't have these stupid, immature problems. And yet, and we gave her this plan. When we first asked her about some help with money for a car, well, we didn't even ask for money after that. It was more, can you help us get a car? Which is because I'm pregnant, 2 kids, walking around places. It's not safe. It was too difficult. I could barely get them into anywhere. I could barely go to appointments because I had no way of getting there. I barely get fucking food done. It was so much harder on us because we had to spend money on taxis for my partner and that to get down to work, or when we needed to go and get bloody things sorted. It wasn't fair. And no, life isn't fair, but sorry, families have to help you and not control you with the things that they help you with. It's not okay for a parent to turn around to you and say, okay, I've done this, so you have to do this. I couldn't afford many times to go do things that she wanted me to do with her. But people around me would give me money or help us to get to what she wanted so that we could, I don't know, make her happy, even though it wasn't making us happy. Financially, we were pretty bad over the last 3 years. We tried. I did financial counseling. I still have those people on call. I also was doing my own budgeting, and I still do that. It's just hard sometimes, especially with scary trips to hospitals and kids, and life is unpredictable, and that's just the way it is. It does not help when you have people holding grudges over everything you've done. My grandmother hates my partner. There's no reason for it, really. I don't give a shit what anybody says in my family. There's really no reason for it. He's done everything in his power to be there for my kid, like our first kid, which is another relationship. He's been a good father to his own kid, and he has done everything in his power to be there for me, even when I was insane and when people made me think that I was not capable of doing things alone. So I pushed his dream aside. Not like I was doing it at the time of being pregnant. And there's nothing that I want to do right now other than being a good mum, trying to make sure that I'm a good partner, and that his values and points of view matter as well as mine. We're meant to be in a partnership, not a dictatorship. Yet, every time my nan would call, or she would see him, or he would stick up for me, she'd ask, well, is he cleaning enough? Oh, is he cleaning the way I clean? Is he gaming still, because she doesn't like gaming, which I don't care about anymore. I love what he wants to do. I'm interested in that stuff now. But her controlling attitude or grudges against him, or my old, things I used to do, like some of the guys I used to be with, or who I used to help out, or whatever, she hated, which some of them, yes, she had every right. That's cool. But that's a mistake I made ages ago. And when I get out of the mental ward, she got cranky because my daughter wanted a dummy. Because I didn't want her taking the dummy out of her mouth when she was in her comfort zone. Sorry, if that's not controlling, what is it? Then with this car, she turned around and sent me a message after we went up there and got the car, after she'd done everything, and I said thank you, which apparently I didn't say, but I said it so many times. I'm not the kind of person that doesn't say thank you for nice things, and I understood it was a bit of money, no offense, it was going to get paid back as soon as my house was sold, which I've been told quite a few times with a real estate agent that there's quite a few people wanted to look at it, and that they wanted us to help get it done. And the only problem now is that I had to get rushed to hospital. and I'm stuck in Sydney. But like, that I couldn't drive my partner around, and that I couldn't take him to work because it's only for me. Like, are you serious? That's not something that you do, and it's not something that is fair. Like, I don't even care if I drove around bloody bums on the road. I don't give a shit. Like, I know I'm not a taxi service, but I'm not getting paid. That's what a taxi service is. Like, people used to, if I ever needed to drive people around, back when I was younger, I didn't really care that much. Yeah, sometimes it was annoying, when I was pregnant especially, but so a lot of people offer to give you fuel money, and if you say no, you say no. I don't understand that at all. Like, I haven't got many friends anymore. I have good friends, really good friends, but not lots. The ones I need, and that's it. She thinks I have 30 friends these days, and I'm like, nah, that's just not the way it is. Not at all. And like, I really want to know if anybody else deals with this, with their actual, like, with their mums and dads, like, foster parents, bloody, even if someone else has the same situation as me, with their grandparents or whatever they call them, like, please do comment, or, like, do comment what you want to talk about and what you've experienced, because this is what this channel is for, talking about these situations. I don't mind just rambling, honestly, but these things in life that we need to deal with, that we get past, God, we are strong. The amount of things I've gone through in life, I've just gotten past them. I don't care. I don't bring them up that much, because it's life. Honestly, life is not fair, and it does drag you down, and I'm trying to be positive. Downloaded affirmation things on my phone. I'm trying to love myself again after so long thinking I was crazy and ugly and stupid for everything I've done, because I get drilled into my head that you're not smart, you're a child, you're not doing things the way I want you to do them, so you're not okay. And that's what I got from my grandmother. Oh, you don't do things the way I do it, so you are not okay. I'm sorry, but I don't drink every single night to get over everything. I don't self-medicate in that way. I don't go off at everybody. Every single second something doesn't feel right. Like, the night that I had panic attacks because of my nan calling me. Apparently they were meant to be having a nice family dinner, and something happened. I don't know, something in her mind ticked. Which I can understand that, but go get it sorted. Don't call me up. I have 2 little kids that don't need to see me breaking down because her mother figure, my mother figure, I mean, is just telling me I'm a bitch, I'm immature, I hate her, and right now, yeah, I do hate her. You know why? Because see how I can talk here calmly and be fine with what I'm saying? I'm okay with it. I've now finally gotten to a stage where it doesn't need to be a stress in my mind. Yeah, I'm talking about it. It's always going to be there. I hate that the person that was meant to be there for me for everything that's ever gone wrong with my life seriously doesn't understand how bad she's made it. And as much as she made it better in certain ways, for a lot of it, she called me too much. She didn't get my bipolar sorted. Like, she could have she could have found out when I was 15. We already had a suspicion. She pushed it aside. And after that, I was like, okay, fine, alright, I don't have it then. I was only 15. What was I going to do? But yeah, like, it's not easy for people to deal with when the people that they look up to, they think are amazing or whatever, and they argue with their partners about, like, anybody around them really. They turn on you, they go spiteful, they hold the things that you made mistakes on against you. It's not fair. And we all need to know that as much we do every day, everything that goes on in our lives, if you are still going and you are still trying to be better, that's what matters. That is the only thing that matters. Because life isn't easy. I said that a couple of times in this. And being told or yelled at over a phone, not being face to face, like, she keeps saying that to me every time when we have an argument. Oh, we had to say it face to face, not over Facebook, not over text, not over the phone. Then stop calling me and abusing me. Don't go back on what you're saying. Don't give me catch-22s. I'm not going to sit there and take that. And it took me quite a while, over the last 3 years, to finally realize that I matter. I matter. Not just her. I lost my mother too, not just her daughter. I lost my little brother. My dad was the one that did bad things. I seen the things that happened, not you. You weren't there. Like, it's not fair. And I know a lot of other people go through these kind of things where their parents are controlling in different ways. Like, oh yeah, I wasn't allowed to go to parties. I mean, I found my way. I lived out the Rock, like a little town called the Rock, for a long time. It was hard to get places until I got a car. It was hard to do things. I was stuck, really. And I find, yeah, like the Outback, totally. There's lots of things to do. You find things to do. But I had a whole other side of the world that was, like, gaming and all these cool shows and movies. Like, yeah, I still watch things, but she hated it when we were on things like that. And no, I get it. People don't like technology that much. But guess what? That's what the world's coming into. Get over it. You can't control people. You can't... Toxic... Like, it's so toxic to turn around and be like, I don't like it, so you can't like it. What? Everyone's got opinions. Everyone's got views. And that's just the way our minds work. And if you teach... From a young age, if you teach people to be spiteful, that's all they're going to be, unless they find people to show them. I remember finally realizing while I was in hospital that this situation going on with my grandmother wasn't worth it. I wanted to literally end my life because the control that she had on me felt like depression's hand crushing me. And having an argument with my partner is what woken me up, because I knew what everything he was saying is right. It hurt. But sometimes you need to have those conversations for things to get better. And I don't like thinking that I'm not worth living. I have beautiful children. I have a beautiful partner. And I am trying to love myself again. I'm not like, what do you call it, a model? No way. I think I'm alright looking. I think I'm a nice person. And I think that I get along with certain types of people. And I try my best to not push my views onto others, because that's just not how the world works. Sometimes people don't think the same. It's just how it goes. But I've gone through life now being controlled a lot. Not seeing the difference between control and care, because it's very different. And now I do see it. She doesn't get my messages. No, she doesn't get me asking her advice, because it's not worth it. And I say goodbye until she can apologize to my partner and to me and realize that she has to take some of the blame. Yes, I've made mistakes, but that's not always. Definitely not when she holds grudges about things that happened like 5 years ago. Excuse me. I burped. Yeah, no, I know I'm just kind of pretty, but I'm not that ladylike. And I had, the other night, when I was on this video, I had piercings there. I had to take them out. That's annoying. I love my piercings. And I can't get any more done until after my pregnancy, so but yeah. Please let me know if you want anything else to talk about. Please subscribe. It'd be nice. I'm doing this because I think the world needs more talk, really. Communication is key, and these kind of topics are topics that are only coming off my head. You guys can all comment and tell me what you think, and I'll definitely do it because I love the idea of including people, because I used to get left out a lot. I never used to be able to get along with people at school that much. I was a weird person. I was the weird one. I still am, but I found my people. So it's great to feel accepted. Still trying to love myself, but you know, it takes time. Thanks for listening, and I also hope that I see more people wanting to interact because that'd be lovely. Anyways, see you next time. Bye!